little bit of the standard The Song Is You by Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein III. Oscar Hammerstein II, sorry. The copyright here is 1932, and of course they wrote the great tune All the Things You Are, I guess 7 years ago. 1939 is the copyright for All the Things You Are. The Song Is You is nice. Give you a look at the chord changes before we get into it. Hopefully you have it in a real book, or it's on iReal Pro or some other source. The Song Is You. I first became aware of it, I think there was an old black and white TV video recording of Joe Pass doing it around about the early 60s, I think. And it first caught my attention there. Of course, a lot of people have done it. It's a real standard. Yeah, The Song Is You. Starts out in C major 7. So we'll walk through the chords quickly. Okay. It's basically one measure per chord with just a couple of exceptions. Okay, so you'll see it. C major 7, E flat diminished, D minor 7, G7, C major, A7, D minor 7, G7, E minor 7, A7, D minor 7, G7, F minor 7, B flat 7, E minor 7, A7, D minor 7, G7 back to the top, second A. That's the C. Now we go to E flat diminished, D minor 7, G7, back to C major 7, A7, D minor 7, G7, second ending, E minor 7, A7, D minor 7, G7, C6, F7, back to C6, F sharp half diminished to B7. Now we're into the second part of the tune. E major 7, 2 measures. F sharp minor, B7, back to E major 7, 2 measures. A sharp half diminished, D sharp 7, G sharp minor 7, 2 measures. C sharp 7, 2 measures. F sharp 7, C7 sharp 11, B7, G7 back home to the A section again. C major 7, E flat diminished, D minor 7, G7, C major 7, G minor 7, C7, F major 7, B flat 7, E minor 7, A7, D minor 7, G7 landing on C6, F7 back to C6. Now if you're going to continue, it's 2-5 in C, and then you'll be back at the top. Okay, sorry about that bad note there. It should have been C, D, C, E. Then you go back, you play the whole first part again. Second ending. It's actually a 2-5 in E minor, but we land on E major 7 right here with the melody. Now we're back home into the key of C major. So let's take a look at a simple chord melody. We have C major 7, C6-9. Keep the bar here. You're going to put on the middle finger on string 3 on the 8th fret. Now add the ring finger on string 1, 8th fret. Take it off, strum again. Going to have D minor 7, our melody note on the 2nd string. The highest note is F. Now we're going to do, it's basically G7, but it's going to be a G13 with the 9 on top. Take the pinky away. Now we went from the A to the A flat, and now we're going to come down to the G. C major 7 with G on the 1st string. So we're barring. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so you know A7, but you can use the open A to make it easier. Then we're going to go to a C sharp diminished. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I'm going to land on a D minor 7 with D on the 2nd string. That's our top note. G7 with the F on the 2nd string. D sharp on the 2nd string. E. And then we're going to come to this G note over E minor 7. A7. Melody is E, F, E, G over D minor 7. So G over D minor 7 makes it into a D minor 11. Down to G7. D on the 2nd string. Up to A. Back down to D. F minor 7 with F on the 2nd string. Now we've got this little. So I'm borrowing strings 3, 4, and 5. I've got the ring finger on string 4, middle finger on string 6, and I'm grabbing the C, D, C melody notes on the 3rd string. E minor 7 with E on top, continue it with A7 on top, continue that E melody note with D minor 7 underneath. Let's just throw in a G7 sharp 5 to make it interesting. Yeah, so let's just recap. Do the 2nd A section. Second ending, G over E minor 7, A7, melody is E, F, E, A note over D minor 7, A is on the 1st string, G7, melody goes G, A, G on the 1st string, and then it says C6, F7, back to C6. Now we've got a 2-5, basically it's a 2-5 that would really go with E minor. F sharp minor 7 flat 5 to B7, but we land on E major 7, it's nice. All the way through to the open E. Come up and play this, E major 7, and bar so that you can catch the B on the 1st string. This is an F, F sharp minor 7 with the B on to catch the melody. A little brief B7 here. Back down to the open E. Now, if you're not familiar with it, first 2 strings are open. We've got the middle finger on the 3rd string, index finger on the 4th string, ring finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. along with the open E. It's nice fat. This time we go all the way up to this E major 7. Now we're going to go to this A minor 7 flat 5. I'm sorry, it's A sharp minor 7 flat 5. To a D sharp 7. Now, G sharp minor 7, only as far as the second string to catch the D sharp melody note. B on the 7th fret first string. Now the G sharp on the first string. C9, B. Now come back to the C9 but play the first string. 3 times on that D sharp on the second string. Now we've got basically, this is an F sharp bar chord, right? But we're going to put the pinky on the second string. It's going to actually be an F sharp 13. C7 sharp 11 with F sharp on the first string. If you can, you could wrap around. You don't have to grab that C though, it's very awkward. Now, B13 to B7 with the B on top first string. Now we're going to return to our home key, G7. We've got the B on top. Now we're back home to the A section. Different area here. So this is a D minor 7 with the third, the F on top on the first string. Again, the G13 with the 9. G minor 7. C13. F major 7. G over E minor 7. A7 with E, F, E as the melody. A over D minor 7. First string melody is G, A, G, C6, F7, C6 again. If you're going to repeat, you do D minor 7 to G7. Hopefully that's somewhat clear. Excuse me. Let's just look at a few more ideas. I like how it modulates from the key of C major 7 up a major third, eventually modulates up to E major 7. If we look at some ideas using some guide tones and maybe some chord soloing, chord voicings. Let's see. So we have C major 7. Let's try it up so we're playing the third of the C major 7. The third of the C major 7 is E. We're going to put that E on top of a C major 7 in voicing, barring the first 3 strings here. Now we're going to put the E flat over the E flat diminished 7 here. We're going to have a C note, which is the 7th of the D minor 7, the next chord, over D minor 7. We're going to move that maybe to a D. No, let's not go to a D. Let's go to a B, the third of the next chord, which is G7. The third is B. Stay with the B, but change the chord to C major 7, which is the next chord. Now, next chord is A7. Let's go up and put the third of the chord, C sharp, above the A7. Let's bring it down to C over the D minor 7. Let's have the B over G7. So if we put the whole thing together, C major 7 with E on the first string, that's the third. E flat over the E flat diminished. C over the D minor 7, B over G7. Keep the B over C major 7. Let's move up to C sharp over A7. C over D minor 7, B over G7. Let's see if we can do D over E minor 7, C sharp over A7, C, the 7th, over D minor 7, back to B over G7, A flat, the 3rd, over its chord F minor 7, A flat, which is the 7th of the next chord B flat 7, G, the 3rd of E minor 7, G, the 7th of A7, F, the 3rd of D minor 7, F is the 7th of G7. Okay, so for the first page here, the first half of the tune, we could do something along the lines of let's see. Now let's do the second ending. We could have the G over E minor 7 again for the second ending. G over A7, F over D minor 7, and just to make it interesting, if you could throw in sharp 5, the D sharp on the second string for the G7. And then it goes to C6, let's see, to F7, C6 again. Now we've got F sharp, half diminished, to B7. Now, if we keep going with E major 7, here's what it modulates. Let's see, we could try D sharp, the 7th, over the E major 7. Now we're going to go to an F sharp minor 7. Let's see. Could play the E there. Yeah, so what's going to happen is we're going to go from the D sharp, which is the 7th of our E major 7. We're going to move that up to E natural, which is the 7th of our F sharp minor 7. Down to the D sharp again, which is going to be the 3rd of the B7. Let's try something different here if we can. For the E major 7, let's see, can we go to G sharp, which is the 3rd? Let's see. Yeah, keep the G sharp over the A sharp minor 7 flat 5, and let's see, actually let's move it down to G on the second string for the D sharp 7. Okay, so you can tell I'm a little shaky on the second half here. I've mainly been working with some voicings on the first half. Anyway, let me know if you like the tune. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Some soloing ideas, if we walk through a few arpeggios just to get you started, let's see, we could have C major 7, E flat diminished, D minor 7, G7, C major 7, A7, G7, E minor 7, A7, and then we could have F minor 7, E minor 7, A7, anyway, the song is you. Still working on it. Hope you like it. Hope you get a chance to practice it. Jerome Kern, Oscar Hammerstein II, 1932. Getting close to 100 years old. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Give me a like if you find it interesting or amusing. And I'll talk to you next time. Have a great day.